Assalamualaikum everyone and good day. See you again in the International Human Resource Management. This lecture is on organizational context of International Human Resource Management, Chapter 3. Okay class, now we are on learning objective for Chapter 3. We have 5 learning objectives to be covered for this chapter. First learning objective is to identify determinants of international growth. Second objective of this chapter is to identify factors driving localization. And next, objective number 3, we want to describe the implication of different multinational structure for international human resource management. Objective number 4 of this chapter is to describe a stage of internationalization, and last objective of this chapter is to describe about controlling system in the organization of international business. Okay, we are on learning objective number 1, management demand of international growth. So what is the factor influence international growth? As you can see in this slide, the element in the figure are not mutual exclusive. For example, geographical dispersion affect fund size, creating pressure upon control mechanism, which in turn will influence structural change. Some businesses may be the effect with 5 factors. Some organization or businesses may be affect with 8 structures, depend on the situation and the country that they are enter. So we start with the factor number 1, size. Large firms handle more complexity, while small firms face resource constraint. For the structure, the setting of organization structure, you must select the best organizational structure to make sure you can operate with optimum performance in the foreign country. So adapting organizational design to manage international operational efficiency. It can be international or global division, product division, or area division. Next, we have geographical dispersion. It can be explained as managing different location, time zone different, and different kind of logistic approach. So next, we have control mechanism. Control mechanism also important to be considered, okay, by ensuring oversight through governance and reporting system. For example, you have a formal organization structure, first control, and then the second control you might be use personal control. If your organization structure tend to use informal control as a first control, then the second control you might use job structure control to control your organization. Next factor could improve or influence your international growth is national culture and language. So whenever you enter a foreign country, you try to adapt with the culture and linguistic differences in the business. Host country demand, of course, each of the country they have unique different political system, different economic system and law. So this means that local regulation, you have to fulfill the meeting of local regulation, labor law, and market expectation. Operation mode, okay, businesses choosing the expansion method like exporting, franchising, or joint venture. Flow of the information. This is more about managing global communication and knowledge sharing in your subsidiary or new setup company in a foreign country. Moving on, learning objective number 2, factor driving standardization and localization of human resource management in multinational enterprises. As you can see in this slide, have something what we call is global standardization in one side, and another side is localizations. So according to this slide, you have to use two approach and make sure it's balanced. So balancing standardization and localization is important for internationalization of your company. Too much standardization may lead to inefficiency in the local market, while too much localization can create inconsistency with organization. So, the application in human resource management, you must ensure that policy like compensation, recruitment, training, and performance evaluation must align with the global company objective and local market conditions. A well-balanced human resource management approach ensures efficiency, compliance, and culture enlightenment, ultimately leading to better business performance. Okay, we continue learning objective number 2. I will explain more on global standardization. So, why company go for global standardizations? The aim is to maintain consistency in human resource management across all locations. Okay, here is the list of um, why we go for standardization. Standardization basically based on strategy and structure, which is to ensure that HR policies align with overall corporate strategy. And then, because of corporate culture, the company goes for standardization. They try to maintain a unified organization structure across different subsidiaries. A firm with a bigger size and maturity level, they tend to use global standardizations. Okay, we continue learning objective number 2, still on localization. So some of the company will go for localization. Why? Because of adjusting human resource management to fix specific host country context and local affiliate feature. There are few or several reasons why company localization of their company in a foreign location. First, because of culture environments. In such environments, they have to fulfill legal regulations, labor law, and economic conditions in a foreign country. That's because of size and maturity. Less maturity and small size tend to use localization because of local operator may have different human resource needs and based on their skill, mode of operation, whether they are affiliate as a joint venture, whole subsidiary, and partnership. Next, subsidiary role. Subsidiary role very important role in localization. The level of autonomy of local unit has decision making. We continue on learning objective number 3. This is an example of the impact of cultural and institutional context on human resource management practice. We can break down this table into 4 human resource practice and their impacts. Okay, let's start with the recruitment and selections. This human resource practice influenced by education system. So how? The reputation and quality of education institution vary across countries. So this affect how company recruit employee, including selection criteria of human resource and human resource marketing efforts in the country. Next, we have training and developments as human resource practice. This human resource practice influenced by education system. Similar with the previous one, so training and development also influenced by education system because of different countries have different education system. For example, educational and academic training, this affect the type and level of training required for employee in multinational firms. So next, compensations. Compensation influenced by legislation and industrial relations. So how law regulation on the minimum wages, Labor unions and compensation agreement influence a company's pay structure and salary level in different countries. For task distributions, this one is influenced by legislation and norms in the country itself. How labor law and cultural norm shape a gender role in the workplace. In some countries, there is a high percentage of female managers, while in others, women participation in the workforce is minimal. Okay, in this slide, we have to continue our learning objective number 4. It's about stage of internationalization. As you can see in this slide, it shows this slide have a figure on internationalization stage. Okay, we start our internationalization with exporting. Okay, exporting is actually the simplest form of market entry where a company sells its product to a foreign market without establishing a physical presence. It can lead to establishing a sales subsidiary which represents a more committed presence in a foreign market to handle distribution and sale. Next, besides exporting, we have licensing. Licensing refers to a company grant a foreign firm the rights to produce and sell its product under its brand names, usually in exchange for royalties. Okay, licensing can involve into foreign productions, while the company directly establish production facilities in a foreign market. Okay, next here, foreign production. Foreign production refer to the company set up manufacturing operation in a foreign country. This step can be achieved through subcontracting, where a third party firm handle production. A more advanced stage in forming a network of subsidiaries, where the company owns multiple operations in different countries. Okay, we're still in a learning objective number 4. As you can see in this slide, this is internal division. This is one of the international um, structure, international organization structure. This structure offer advantage and disadvantage. Here we start with the advantages of international division for global efficiency, where optimize resource and allocation resource across the region. Another advantage is to market responsive because of this structure allow adapt product to the local market. And a next advantage of this organization structure is innovation boost. It helps to encourage specialized product developments. However, in terms of providing a number of advantages, this international divisions organization structure also have their disadvantage. First disadvantage is because of this organization uh, structure have a complex hierarchy as you can see here. It's possible create conflict between divisions. And next disadvantage, the coordination challenge. Okay, communication issue across unit because of many department. Yeah? And then higher cost because increased administration expenses. We continue learning objective number 4. This is another structure of organization in internationalization that we call as a global product or area division. Okay, this is area number 1, area number 2, and they have their own function unit under each of the area. Okay, we start with the advantage of this structure. They have global, they are good for global adaptation because it's tailored strategic goals for the product and regional market. They also very efficient resource use because of specialization and better allocation resource. Faster innovation. Another advantage is faster innovation because focus on product division drive innovation. Beside that, they also have disadvantage. For disadvantage, global product and area division, we consider this kind of organization structure as a complex authority where a conflict between product and regional manager can exist. That is a coordination issues, communication challenge across divisions. And next is consider high cost because more administration role exists in this organization structure and it costs higher expenses for the organization. Moving on, next slide. This slide show the matrix organization structure. There is another organization structure available in internationalizations. So this is also a part of learning objective number 4. This kind of organization structure offer advantages and disadvantages. It seems like area number 2 have to report a person, a manager in the dot have to report to area number 2 and they have to report to product division number division B. So more complicated than the previous organization structure. Okay, this metric organization structure actually improve communication and collaboration between employee in the organization from different department. Also can enhance knowledge sharing and teamwork. This metric also offer efficient resource utilizations. Okay, resource including human capital can be shared across project and divisions. It can help to reduce redundancy and increase flexibility. Okay, next advantage of this organization structure is greater adaptability to change, where organization can quickly respond to market demands and change because of dual reporting structure that allow for dynamic decision making. However, this is the more complicated organization structure also abound with disadvantages where disadvantages number 1 is role confusion and a power struggle. Role confusion where employees report to multiple managers which can lead to conflict over priority, unclear responsibility and power struggle. They confuse. Okay, increased complexity. Another disadvantage is increased complexity and bureaucracy. This can lead lead to managing multiple reporting line required extensive coordinations, lead to inefficiency and delay in decision making. Okay, decision making become longer and also um, may cause higher cost of operations. This need to additional management layer and coordination effort increase operation costs. Okay. Moving to learning objective number 5 on the control strategies for multinational firms. Okay, here as you can see in this slide, we have two types of control. Formal control as a primary control and the second control for formal control is personal networks. A second type of control is culture or informal focus as a primary control and the secondary control for informal focus is a job authority. Organization structure is a key formal control mechanism in multinational enterprise or M&E. In the interdependency impact as a interdependency between unique growth, formal control mechanism become less effective. The challenge in structure actually is difficult to get a perfect organization structure for multinational enterprises. So to build managerial capacity, multinational enterprise must invest in developing managers' ability to handle complex and contradictory issues, referred as a mastery in the mind of manager. We continue learning objective number 5 on control through personal relations, also called social capital, built through social ties, personal network, and communication. Basically, social capital can be divided into three types, which are structural social. This one refer to individual network within the organizations. Second part of social capital is rational social. This means focus on trust, reciprocity, prioritizing organizational goals. And then third part of social capital is cognitive social, which is referred to involve share norms, behaviors, and commitment to common goal. So managing relationship is a crucial within an organization. Focus on interaction among organization member, and you have to aim to enhance communication and collaboration. Moving to control through corporate culture. We continue on learning objective number 5. This is a part of the control. Informal control, the things that you need to know about informal control is culture control is an informal mechanism for managing organization. Next, corporate culture. Socialize employee to share common value and belief. Or we can control our human resource through HR activity via recruitment, training, and rewards. It helps foster culture in organization. Another way is through staff replacement. In a global firm, strengthen control through shared culture. That's all for this chapter. Thank you very much for your attention. See you in the next lecture. Have a nice day.